Folding a mailer or updating a database can feel disconnected from the work of restoring lives. But in a nonprofit ministry, the clerical details are the first points of contact for people seeking hope. Restoring Hope Ministries exists to provide Christ-centered care, biblical counseling, and community education. Lasting restoration requires more than good intentions. It needs organized structures to ensure every individual is seen and every resource stewarded. When handled with precision, files protect a person's dignity. When reported accurately, data upholds our stewardship, turning administrative work into direct service. A guest in crisis may look to you for immediate answers, asking for specific care outcomes or a firm timeline for their recovery. While it feels helpful to offer a yes, as a trainee, you are only authorized to provide the specific public information and routing assigned to your role. An unauthorized promise or a misrouted file can compromise a guest's trust or their safety. Maintaining strict documentation ensures that our counseling and pastoral work remains possible. To keep our efforts focused, RHM uses 4 planning horizons, prayerful markers that guide where the ministry is heading over the next 25 years. The 1-year horizon focuses on stabilizing our current operations and strengthening our existing biblical counseling processes. Completing daily checklists provides the stability needed for this first horizon. The 5-year horizon targets multiplication through church partnerships, which requires proven, ethical administrative systems. Finally, the 10 and 25-year horizons envision the 120 house and a generational legacy of county-based care hubs. Because these goals are phased, a guest cannot walk into one of these care hubs today. We must speak about the future as a vision, not a currently operating facility. Our ability to reach these future horizons depends on the integrity of our current records. Your work with today's mundane documentation creates the foundation that makes long-term growth possible. Imagine a community member calls you, asking how to enroll their loved one into the 120 house starting next month. Pause the video here. Using a notepad, draft a 30-second response that explains the mission without promising a service that does not yet exist. To resolve this, listen without requesting personal details and state that you are a participant trainee. Clarify that the 120 house is a future vision, then route the inquiry to an authorized professional. Protecting these communication boundaries ensures that we never mislead a person in need, keeping the focus on their safety and appropriate care. Before you begin any independent task in an RHM system, you must walk through a mandatory verification protocol. You must verify 5 points: the purpose of the task, the classification of the information, the approved account you are using, the quality control step, and who will review the final result. You can simplify this protocol into 3 core questions. Keep this pre-task cheat sheet visible at your workstation. Question 1. What is the main risk to the ministry or the client if this specific task is completed inaccurately? Question 2. What specific information, permission, or supervision must be confirmed before I start the work? And question 3. What exact evidence will prove to my supervisor that the work is complete and ready for review? Keeping these 3 questions at the center of your workflow ensures that your daily tasks are done with the integrity this ministry requires.